my next question to you, sir. You yourself are a music producer. You started off as a music producer, right? And మీరు చాలా ఇప్పుడు ఇందాక మీరు చెప్పారు ఈడిఎం వీటిలో క్లాసెస్ కూడా తీసుకుంటున్నాను. యు ఆర్ లైక్ టూ మచ్ ఇంటూ ఈడిఎం ఇస్ ఎలక్ట్రానిక్ మ్యూజిక్. సో దాంట్లో మీరు క్లాసెస్ తీసుకోవడం, యు ఆర్ సో మచ్ ఇంటూ దాట్. అండ్ I've heard that you have not used one electronic tone in Sita Ramam throughout the movie.
Yes.
For people who do not understand the magnitude of it, guys, it's like it's a very very big deal because ఏ పాటలో అయినా కానీ బికాజ్ ఇప్పుడు ప్రతి టోన్కి ఒక వయలిన్కి కానీ ఒక ఫ్లూట్కి కానీ ఒక స్ట్రింగ్స్కి కానీ ప్రతి దానికి దెర్ ఈస్ అ వర్చువల్ సౌండ్ దట్ ఈస్ ఆల్రెడీ అవైలబుల్ దట్ యూ కెన్ ప్రోగ్రామ్ అండ్ గెట్ చాలా దగ్గరికి తీసుకొని రాగలిగే టోన్స్ కూడా ఉన్నాయి where you can actually manage and come up with a very new sound. అట్లాంటిది you yourself being a producer, what does it take for you to consider consider choosing to not program anything for a movie that's a really big movie in your life, isn't it?
Yes. It was a very, very brave step.
Yeah.
This is one side of it. When Hanu sir narrated the script to me, what was the first question I asked him? I asked him, sir, why don't you shoot it in Eastman color? In real cameras.
Yeah.
He's, for a second, he thought and he's kick-ass idea, but it's a little risky. So when I started with Sita Ramam, I saw a small interview of Hans Zimmer where he said something like, you have to be, before you start a film, you have to be convinced about the fact that you don't know how to score for this film. Only then the seeking will happen.
It's very interesting.
So that's where I started. Okay, so it's a periodical. It's a first periodical I'm doing. And it's not like, see, when you start something, you can't be immediately, okay, I have to do the best at this. Immediately you can't get into that zone. You need to start somewhere.
Yeah.
So the first process is unlearning everything that you know. That's where it started. I'm very, very happy that process happened. So it was difficult. Initially it was difficult. See, you can't go to Omnisphere, you can't use Massive, you can't just randomly go into stuff. So I studied a lot of Telugu music of the 1970s and what all the instruments. Who were
your can you just tell a couple of songs, sir, maybe, because I'm very curious to know.
That song I heard. Then from I don't remember names immediately, but from the 1950s to 60s to 80s.
So you're talking about the era of Pendyala garu, Salu Rajaswara garu.
Yes.
Susarla Dakshinam.
Yes. During that time, I heard a lot of that style of music, and mostly I heard a lot of Hindulam ragam being used. During those, especially for the patriotic
correct
thing. And since Sita Ramam
for devotional also
for devotional, correct. So since Sita Ramam was kind of slightly on the patriotic side, because there weren't patriotic songs in the film as such, but
it runs in that background.
It goes in the background. Stuff like that. So that kind of research, I did what instruments they used during that time. All that I studied.
But I think O Sita Hey Rama has a lot of that influence very clearly seen.
Totally.
And what I love about O Sita Hey Rama is of course both the singers, especially Ramya Akka, the way we had a discussion about that last time when I spoke with her. But also the arrangements, like you said, the instruments that you have used in the song, and it's very 1950s 1970s style, but with a much better sound.
Yes, that is the difference. No, see, why do people like olden music is because the musical content is much richer.
Correct.
But of course the sound is not that great. My whole idea was to bring that clarity of sound record, because nowadays we have
do you also technology. Sometimes feel that ఇళయరాజా గారి పాటలు తర్వాత అవి ఇప్పటి సౌండ్ లో ఉంటే అసలు ఎలా ఉండేది? Do you feel like that?
I do,
because I heard Balu garu say this so many times that Ilayaraja garu used to record 50-60 piece string orchestra live.
When you go and listen to it live, it will be mind blowing.
How was it though?
Oh my god, when we did Sita Ramam, when we did the theme, for
could you just do the theme a little bit?
Na 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 na. So this bit comes when Princess, they realize that Sita Mahalakshmi is actually Princess Noor Jahan. Na 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 Na, 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 na. So this does not have words. It just has emotions.
So much emotion. Yeah.
The beauty of that is when you come from na 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 na. That is the beauty of it. So there's a slight of Darbari Kannada that I've infused into Saramati. So stuff like this actually pushes me a lot.
Yeah, yeah.